Have you ever met someone who seems to walk through life like they're playing a game only they truly understand? A person who's neither loud nor invisible. Someone who doesn't need attention but somehow always ends up commanding it? That's the enigma of a Sigma male, a personality type that goes against the grain of conventional societal hierarchies. Most people focus on the surface-level traits like independence or mysteriousness, but today we're diving deeper. These are 10 strange, often overlooked facts about Sigma males that will change the way you see them, and maybe even yourself. Whether you're curious, skeptical, or just intrigued by the idea, stick around, because these facts will hit closer to home than you think. 1. They don't chase power, they attract it without trying. Unlike alphas, who thrive on being at the top of the social ladder, Sigma males don't concern themselves with climbing that ladder at all. What's strange is that by staying out of the game, they often end up with more influence than those actively competing for it. Think about the colleague at work who doesn't lobby for promotions, yet everyone turns to them for guidance. Or the friend who doesn't dominate conversations, but whose quiet presence commands respect. It's not about playing hard to get. It's about naturally exuding a sense of self-assurance and competence that others gravitate towards. Sigmas don't seek power because they're not dependent on it for validation, but this very mindset makes them powerful in ways others don't anticipate. 2. They're socially selective, not antisocial. It's a common misconception that Sigma males are loners who avoid people at all costs. The truth is, they're not antisocial. They're just very selective about who they spend time with. Think of that person who has a small, tight-knit group of friends rather than dozens of shallow acquaintances. They don't dislike people. They simply value meaningful connections over surface-level interactions. When a Sigma male chooses to engage with you, it's because they genuinely value your presence, not because they feel obligated to maintain appearances. This careful selection ensures their energy is spent on relationships that truly matter, making their bonds deeper and more fulfilling than most. 3. They're masters of silent rebellion. Sigma males are the kings of breaking rules, but not in the loud, attention-seeking way. They bend the system in subtle, untraceable ways that leave you wondering how they pulled it off. They're not the person yelling at authority figures or starting public protests. They're the one quietly rewriting the rules to suit their needs. For instance, they might sidestep company policies that don't make sense by innovating new solutions or challenge outdated traditions in a family setting with subtle acts of defiance. It's not about being defiant for the sake of it. It's about doing things their way when the conventional path doesn't align with their values. Their rebellion isn't loud, but it's effective, and it often inspires others to rethink the status quo. 4. They thrive in the shadows. While others crave recognition for their achievements, Sigmas are perfectly content working behind the scenes. Imagine a co-worker who doesn't fight for the spotlight but consistently delivers exceptional results. Or the friend who helps everyone in the group succeed without drawing attention to themselves. For Sigmas, success isn't about being celebrated. It's about accomplishing goals in a way that aligns with their values. This behind-the-scenes approach not only reflects their humility, but also allows them to operate with complete freedom. By staying out of the spotlight, they avoid the pressure of external expectations, which is a key to their unshakable independence. 5. They understand the power of silence. Have you ever been in a room where someone's silence says more than words ever could? That's a Sigma male for you. They don't speak to fill the air. When they talk, it's deliberate and impactful. This can make them seem mysterious, but in reality, it's a sign of deep thought and self-control. Sigmas are observers first and communicators second. In daily life, this makes them the type of person whose advice you cherish because it's rare and insightful. Their ability to hold back and listen gives them a unique edge, often allowing them to see patterns and solutions that others miss. It's a superpower rooted in patience and restraint. 6. they're immune to peer pressure. Most people feel the weight of others' expectations, but Sigma males seem to operate on an entirely different wavelength. Whether it's refusing to follow trends, ignoring unsolicited advice, or pursuing an unconventional career path, they live by their own rules. Sigmas aren't reckless rebels. They're just deeply committed to staying true to themselves. For example, they might turn down a high-paying job if it conflicts with their principles, or they might choose a minimalist lifestyle despite societal pressure to chase material wealth. This independence doesn't just protect their authenticity, it also sets an example for others to follow. 7. They don't fear solitude, they crave it. While many people dread being alone, Sigma males find solitude to be a source of strength and clarity. Picture someone who can sit quietly with their thoughts while everyone else is glued to their phones. For a Sigma, alone time isn't lonely. It's a chance to recharge, reflect, and plan. In a world that's constantly buzzing with distractions, their ability to find peace in solitude makes them exceptionally grounded. This trait isn't just about self-care. It's about building a deep understanding of themselves and their goals, which is why they often seem so self-assured and focused. 8. They're not emotionless, just emotionally controlled. Sigma males are often seen as cold or detached, but the truth is, they feel deeply. They're just exceptionally good at managing their emotions. Think of someone who stays calm during an argument or doesn't let small setbacks ruin their day. This emotional control is a conscious choice, not a lack of feeling. It allows them to respond rather than react, making them incredibly reliable and stable in both personal and professional settings. Their ability to handle emotions with grace makes them stand out in a world where impulsivity is often the norm. 9. They're natural innovators. While most people follow tried-and-true methods, Sigma males are the ones who quietly reinvent the wheel. They're not trying to impress anyone. They're simply driven by curiosity and the desire to improve. Think of someone who figures out a unique way to streamline tasks at work or transforms a hobby into something entirely original. Sigmas don't innovate for applause. They do it because it's their nature to question and improve. This forward-thinking mindset often makes them trendsetters without even trying to be. 10. They value freedom above all else. At the core of every Sigma male is an unyielding desire for freedom. Freedom of thought, freedom of action, and freedom to be themselves. This doesn't mean they reject all responsibility. Rather, they shape their lives in a way that allows them to live authentically. For example, they might create flexible careers that let them travel, or they might set firm boundaries to protect their personal time. This relentless pursuit of freedom isn't selfish. It's their way of ensuring they can live a life true to their values. If you've ever felt trapped by societal expectations, this trait is probably the most relatable of all.